Okay, so two quick things I want to do in this video is first talk about what I mean when I ask you to do something like find the trend in data, and also secondly talk about the specific sort of variables that are in this experiment conducted by Dr. Linsey Marr at Virginia Tech. So first, identifying trends in data is something that you have almost definitely done in your biology and in your chemistry classes, but it might have been a while since you've done it. You might be a little rusty, so to go over what that means here, basically you want to say as the diameter increases, or as that changes, blank happens to our time to settle from 1.5 meters. Maybe that blank is increases, decreases, stays the same, but you're basically filling that in with language from this specific experiment. And the general template is as our independent variable on the x-axis increases, blank happens to our dependent variable on the y-axis. But again, you want to use the specific language from the experiment. And on to that second thing. The specific language in this experiment is hopefully something that you have seen in your math classes before. Diameter is something that we should be familiar with from our math classes, hopefully, but in this experiment conducted by Dr. Linsey Marr means something very specific. So she's an engineering professor at Virginia Tech, and she studies the interactions of viruses with our environment and our atmosphere. So I have this red dot, that's our virus or our bacteria that we're expelling when we speak or breathe or sneeze or cough. And when we expel those, we never push those out into the atmosphere in a vacuum or on their own. We always expel them within a larger water droplet. That's from like the saliva in our mouths, or maybe we push those up out of our lungs. But we treat that water droplet as essentially a sphere surrounding this little viral particle, and spheres and circles, from math, have diameters, and that's what this x-axis is. You'll notice that the unit here in parentheses is micrometers. Those are millionths of meters, so these are really small. We can't see them without a microscope, which is basically probably something that matches our own experience. We know that when we breathe or speak, we can't usually see the little water droplets that we expel. And for this y-axis, for our dependent variable, that time to settle from 1.5 meters is literally how long it takes for this water droplet to fall 1.5 meters after we have expelled it. Right? So if we're standing 1.5 meters up, it's how long that is going to take to fall down. And so this x-axis shows, as we look at larger and larger droplets, how long those take to fall 1.5 meters, and that time is measured in minutes. That's why that's in parentheses. And so again, your goal here is just to identify that relationship between as these droplets, as they get bigger, as we look at larger and larger droplets, how does that affect the time for those larger droplets to settle?